My wife and twin brother have been having an affair for 3.5 years. I found out 2 weeks ago out of the blue, and I was so very naive, and so was my twin's fiancé. What in the actual duck? What kind of trailer park Maury Povich BLLS have they been doing? Betrayed and hurt are an understatement. I never imagined the two people I was closest to in this world would do something so vile and destructive. 6 families are destroyed, my other siblings are caught in the middle. I can't imagine what they are feeling. My wife's family is devastated as well. I adored her family and was so proud and honored to be a part of it. I wasn't always the best, I had some major faults and issues in the beginning of our relationship. I had just gotten out of a nasty divorce that dragged me through the mud and mangled who I was as a person. I let the depression and complex PTSD take hold, and it was a very steep slope from there. I wasn't the best, and I put my wife through hell of lying, hiding my drinking, and just being an all-around piece of acid I didn't recognize. I wasn't a good father, and I was in seriously bad shape. I could have died and wanted to. I was in self-destruction mode on hyperdrive. After a while I decided enough is enough. I knew I wanted to make her the happiest woman on earth, even though the worst of it, I always thought my wife walked on water. My mother told me she was the one for me, and that meant everything to me. My twin's fiancé was the one, and when I heard my mother say that and she became family, I desperately wanted that for myself. I needed a change, and it needed to happen now. I went to detox and have been sober for 3.4 years, and I will tell anyone that it's the best decision I ever made and a precious gift to myself. The first year of sobriety was really hard, as I had been under the influence of something since I was 12 years old. I never matured, never dealt with anything in a healthy manner. Physically abusive father, mom didn't really do all that much, but we had our needs met. I thought I was going crazy or I lost my mind. Severe anxiety, crippling depression, depersonalization, dissociation was absolutely checked out. It wasn't fair to her or my family, but I pulled myself together. I became a person I was proud of. I found myself again. I learned a lot throughout that period about growth, forgiveness, self-love, and appreciation. I had such an epiphany, so to speak, that it was a totally different life. My twin and my wife had absolute trust. I had no reason to think otherwise. They would play games together. I had zero issue with my twin and my wife being together, as my sil pretty much assumed their relationship was like ours. Strictly platonic and a great friend. Everyone needs someone to lean on during difficult times. We got married 3 years ago. My twin was my best man. I was on top of the world and happiest I had ever been. We moved into a beautiful home with a pool for the kids and a garage for me. Gorgeous, but the rent was a lot of money each month, and we moved in 2 years ago. We had it made and I thought we were happy. Business picked up for her job, but it was reduced, so I needed to maintain my other jobs as long as needed. I don't know who started it, nor do I really care. What's done is done, whether it be one time or 3.5 years worth. It doesn't justify that at all. I'm destroyed and devastated to the point I had to take FMLA and fly to my youngest brother in Georgia. I can't think straight. My wife keeps telling me she's sorry, but those sorry lose their luster and meaning when used so frequently. I do believe she's sorry, I really do, but she's only sorry because she got caught. He didn't even have the balls to admit it. He had this dumbfounded, smug, ducking look on his face, and it took everything in me to restrain myself. I'm so lost and I don't know what to do. They could have easily stopped at any point in time, and my sil would have been blissfully naive. I don't have it in me to be hateful. I've been there and I don't like it. I have no brother at this point, and I don't know if my wife and I can come back from this. She's being honest as far as I know, but I have no proof of anything. They say it was never physical. I call BLLS it. You don't spend this much time together with no restraints or oversight or even a concern, because hey, he's my twin and that's the love of my life. Clearly all of that means jackass it. I can't look at my wife without thinking of what they have done together, the conversations they have had and discussed about us and our relationship and time life. I try to hug her and I will get a whiff of her smell and imagine my brother smelling the same thing, or picturing the unthinkable in my bed. So many disturbing thoughts go through my head. I love her, but my family has been blown apart. We will never spend a holiday together. Our 40th birthday is coming up. That's duckying done, and it was the one I was looking forward to. I celebrate everything with them, and they stole it from me. They stole my life, my dignity, my pride, and now that it's in the open I feel like the biggest jackass in the world. I can't possibly think of a better description than humiliation. I can't believe anything she says, and I question everything. You both knew the end result if this came to light. Him more so. How the duck could you willingly throw away 40 years of brotherhood, and a tight close one at that? I love them both so much and want nothing more to wake up from this nightmare. I want my life and happiness back. I didn't ask for any of this. Sure, I had my faults, but none worth this. How do you come back from this? How can I ever look either one of them in the eye again? I lost everyone I cared about. God help me. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, she's sorry? 3.5 years, 42 months, 3 years and 6 months of cheating. I'm sorry for what happened. I don't know what it feels, but I know how devastating it is, but I can't imagine how it felt. The only thing that I can tell you is cut your ties with them as long as you want. Find other purpose in your life. Your story is still a long way to your last chapter. The only thing that ended is the chapter with them. Focus in improving yourself, in work, health, kids, wealth. What she did isn't a mistake, but a 3.5 years of dedication to her infidelity. Forget about her. You have your own life with infinite possibilities. You need to wake up that you have your own life. The only thing that was destroyed was your life with her and your brother. You have your own life outside your family relationship. Redditor 2, sorry for your loss. It's been a double whammy for you. Betrayal by your twin brother, that must be gut-wrenching. Take your time, one day at a time. Seek therapy to help you through this phase. Best wishes. Redditor 3, this is devastating indeed. But please don't feel humiliated or embarrassed. That's for them to feel. They will have to face the consequences, and a lot of people will look at them differently from now on. Rightfully so. Don't let this lose your dignity or self-respect. Take the time you need, cut this people out, and try to proceed with life one step at a time. Redditor 4, so very, very sorry you are facing this horrible dual betrayal. Being stabbed in the back, through your heart, with a poison blade by the people you ostensibly trusted the most is the lowest of the low and completely abhorrent. You are correct, it is trailer park, I'd say trailer trash, Maury Povich behavior. So, once you pick up enough pieces of your life, how do you move your life forward? My reco? Cut them both out of your life forever. Let's start with your brother. There is a passage that says, a brother is born for adversity. Know what that means? It means that a brother is more than a bio-sibling. A brother always has your back. A brother picks you up when you're down. A brother stands shoulder to shoulder with you in the heat of life's battles and defends you against those who would betray you. When your male bio-sibling decided to betray you with your own wife, he turned his back on you, the role of brother, and the entire concept of brotherhood. He stopped being your brother and is now a bio-sibling stranger that you know a few things about. That's all. He needs to be cut out of your life like the cancerous tumor he is. Period. My betrayal included an ex-best friend that I cut out of my life forever. I can't imagine the pain of your own sibling, let alone an effing twin, doing the same, for years, my God. Now, to your wife. Same concept, different role. The minute she started up with your male bio-sibling, MBS for short, she stopped being a wife to you and was forcing you into a secret open relationship without your consent. Your marriage was over 3 years ago, you just didn't get the memo. Add to this that this woman child chose to betray you with a MBS, knowing that it would not just destroy you, his betrayed so and your marriage, but your entire family relationships as well, as so low, it is hard to put into words. There is a chasm in her soul where basic ethics, morality and just human decency should reside. There is a void in her that is miles wide and is insurmountable. To try and reconcile with her would be like trying to build a home on top of a sinkhole. Now to you. Distance yourself from these people. They no longer mean anything to you. Like gum on the bottom of your shoe. Scrape them off. I know it's easier said than done and will be a process, but cultivate that mindset. File for divorce ASAP. Have her served at work. Get intensive care for yourself in the form of therapy, nutrition, hydration, exercise, and a good support system of family and friends. I know you're sober now, but we'll say it for good measure, no alcohol. Out them to everyone. Seriously. There is something cathartic to truth, and the truth is, this is all on them. The disgust I felt reading your story was visceral. I wish you recovery, strength and clarity of thought. Take care of you, up. pp 45. ETA, call her bluff on the nothing physical claim and tell her you will require a poly before you'll even consider talking to her again. Be specific. Find one in your area with 3 available dates and times for her to choose from. My guess? She'll either confess or ghost you so she doesn't have to face her failure of being a decent human being. Man, did this trigger me. Redditor 5, I am so sorry. She could easily tell the truth before the wedding and she didn't. Same as for your brother, how can he just sleep with his twin brother's wife? She probably saw the clean, easier man in him, and as you were, and hopefully still are on the way of sobriety, she didn't want to hurt you that you stopped getting on the right track. Please promise me to stay clean, those 2 poss are not worth leaving the path. Maybe find another sober group where you are the guy that goes through a breakup, divorce, not the happy husband. Probably go to both meetings for a while, maybe you can forgive them one day. Don't do anything stupid and sleep with the next bimbo you find. You are still in recovery and the whole dating business nowadays is brutal. Good luck with everything, and if you want to talk, DM me. Redditor 6, if they were never physical, then what were they doing that you view as cheating?